Cletus McFarland. For months, many NASCAR fans believed Cletus McFarland's biggest challenge was simply getting approved to race bigger events. Others thought all he needed was more opportunities with Childress Racing. But what if the biggest obstacle had nothing to do with NASCAR at all? Instead of chasing another headline or another superspeedway start, Cletus has just made a decision that could completely change his future as a race car driver. It's not the flashiest move he's ever made, but it may end up being the smartest. And when you hear why he bought this new car, what Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been telling him for months, and how this fits into his long-term NASCAR dream, you'll understand why so many people inside the sport believe this could be the turning point in his racing career. So stay with us until the very end, because this story is much bigger than just buying another race car. When most people hear that Cletus McFarland bought another race car, they probably expect another YouTube project or another wild build for the Freedom Factory. But this purchase is completely different. Cletus has officially purchased the number 33 Pro Late model from Port City Race Cars through Rhett Jones Racing. And unlike many of his previous projects, this car has one purpose above everything else, making him a better race car driver. That might sound simple, but it's actually one of the biggest decisions he's made since announcing his NASCAR ambitions. Throughout the last 2 years, Cletus has climbed the stock car ladder faster than almost anyone expected. He has raced in ARCA, made his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut, competed in NASCAR's O'Reilly Series, and even finished an impressive second place at Talladega in ARCA, proving he can compete when the circumstances suit his strengths. He also delivered one of the biggest moments of his young stock car career by winning the ARCA pole at Michigan. It was another sign that his speed was improving, but Cletus understood that qualifying pace alone wouldn't make him a complete NASCAR driver. That's exactly why continuing to develop as a complete stock car driver has become such a priority. But there has also been one consistent message from NASCAR officials, veteran drivers, and industry insiders. Everyone already knows Cletus has a fan base. He's proven he can attract sponsors, sell out events, and bring new eyes to NASCAR. But none of those things help when you're trying to find a few extra tenths of a second on a short track. That's why this purchase matters so much. It gives him something he simply can't buy any other way: valuable laps against experienced racers. And that's exactly what this Pro Late model is designed to accomplish. According to Motorsport.com, Cletus specifically purchased the car to improve his overall racecraft. While superspeedways have allowed him to stay competitive because of drafting and long periods on the throttle, intermediate tracks and short tracks demand a completely different skill set. Drivers have to manage tire wear, braking points, corner entry, throttle control, traffic, and changing track conditions lap after lap. Those are skills that can't be mastered in simulators or during a handful of NASCAR starts. They require thousands of laps, and Cletus knows it. Cletus has been completely open about that goal, saying, "We're going to get some races under our belt and work on our racecraft." It's a simple statement, but it perfectly explains why this new number 33 Pro Late model is such an important investment in his future. This decision also follows advice he has received from one of the biggest names in NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been extremely supportive of Cletus's journey, but he's also been realistic about what comes next. Earnhardt has repeatedly said that if Cletus truly wants to become a competitive NASCAR driver, he should spend more time racing ARCA and Pro Late models instead of rushing up the ladder. One of Dale Jr.'s comments summed it up perfectly. He said, "He's got a Pro Late model that he built. Go run that. I mean, he's got a racetrack. I would be at that racetrack running laps." That's exactly what appears to be happening now. Instead of taking shortcuts, Cletus is investing in the kind of experience that nearly every successful NASCAR driver has built over many years. And that's what makes this story different. This isn't about buying horsepower. It's about buying seat time. Earlier this season, Cletus experienced just how demanding NASCAR competition can be. His Truck Series debut at Daytona ended after an early crash, reminding everyone how quickly things can happen in the draft. He also had to work through NASCAR's approval process before earning opportunities in higher-level events. Rather than becoming frustrated, he continued racing wherever he could, gaining valuable experience one event at a time. That patient approach is now continuing with this latest purchase. And Cletus himself has made it clear why. Speaking about his future, he said, "I think my future in NASCAR looks a lot longer now, and I'm trying to develop myself into a driver that's capable of competing at the higher levels. I'm not saying I'm just going to make it to the 500 and then just be done. I want to see where this opportunity at RCR goes and stay part of that for a long time. I want to keep learning as a driver and see where I end up." That quote says everything. The Pro Late model is also expected to open another important door. Cletus has already talked about competing in the Cars Tour's Pro Late Model division, where he'll race against some of the toughest short-track drivers in the country. Those races are known for close competition, aggressive driving, and teaching drivers how to manage every aspect of a stock car over long green flag runs. That's exactly the type of environment that develops future NASCAR talent. And because Retta Jones Racing has extensive experience in late model competition, Cletus will also have experienced people around him as he continues learning. There's another interesting piece to this story as well. Cletus isn't only planning to race the car himself. Reports indicate he also wants to incorporate pro-late models into events at the Freedom Factory, expanding the racing program alongside his popular Crown Vic competitions. That means this purchase could help both his driving career and his motorsports business. The reason this move makes so much sense is simple. More laps, more learning, and more racecraft will ultimately make him a stronger driver. Looking at the bigger picture, this may actually be the most mature decision we've seen from Cletus McFarland since entering stock car racing. Instead of trying to force his way into bigger races before he's ready, he's investing in the process. Instead of chasing instant success, he's chasing long-term improvement. And instead of relying on his massive YouTube audience, he's putting himself in situations where results have to be earned every single weekend. That's exactly what NASCAR veterans have been hoping to see. Nobody can guarantee that this pro-late model will eventually lead Cletus to the Daytona 500. There are still countless races to run, lessons to learn, and challenges waiting ahead. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Cletus McFarland is treating this dream like a professional racer, not just a YouTube creator. Every lap he turns in this new car will help build the experience that can't be bought anywhere else. Ironically, that's exactly why buying this car could end up being the smartest investment of his entire racing journey. Because sometimes the biggest step toward NASCAR isn't another Cup garage visit, it's quietly putting in the work when nobody's watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News, and let us know in the comments. Do you think this pro-late model will be the move that finally prepares Cletus McFarland for a long NASCAR career, or do you think he still has a long way to go before reaching that level? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.